Hi, Paul. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm very excited about this conversation that we're about to have. As you know, April 16th, the federal government came out with their budget, and I know you've been studiously going through it. What are the big high points that are standing out to you that are different from the previous operations with the CRA?
So I'll start with a little bit of education. The big high point at this point is the capital gains. I think most of your clients and most Canadians at this point are aware that the capital gains rate is changing. And so there's two components. There's two components to the capital gains change that CRA has or the federal government has put forward. There's a change on the personal side and there's a change on the corporate side. I imagine your clients care about both. And so the key difference between the two of them is they've introduced this threshold, and there's a threshold of $250,000. So individuals, if you have capital gains less than $250,000, you still get the old rate, and the old rate is 50% inclusion. So if I have a capital gain of $100,000, I have a piece of property, I bought it for $100,000, I sold it for $200,000, I have a capital gain of $100,000, $50,000, 50% gets included in my income and then taxed. Now what they're proposing is that is going to shift to 2/3 instead of 50%. So we're going to see a $67,000 income inclusion on that $100,000 capital gain. For individuals, that's only when it exceeds $250,000. For corporations, it's immediate. So every capital gain that corporations have going forward is going to be at the 2/3 inclusion rate instead of the 50% inclusion rate. And so what does that actually equate to? What does that actually, dollars to donuts, when we break it all down, how much extra tax are we going to be paying? Because this is a tax increase. This is a straight tax increase. And effectively, the way that we've calculated it out is it works out to roughly 8% additional tax. Pay an additional $8,000 under the new regime. It's also important to note that none of this takes effect until June 25th. So we've seen this is kind of an unusual treatment by CRA to give us time. We don't usually have time to plan and strategize and make changes if we need to make changes before this comes into effect. Often what we've seen in the past is it's effective immediately or worse, retroactively effective.
Right.
So they could backdate it to January 1st and it's effective for the 2024 year.
Right.
Now they've actually given us to June 25th. So June 25th is the date that this comes into effect. So we as professionals can make some moves for our clients right now to take advantage of the low rate right now before June 25th, after which there'll be this additional 8% tax.